Welcome to vpod.ai. This deep dive is sponsored by Stonefly. They're a leader in enterprise storage, backup, and disaster recovery, AI storage, and cloud solutions. If you're looking for secure, ransomware-proof storage, then Stonefly sells air-gapped and immutable storage. You can contact sales at stonefly.com to schedule a demo. Okay, so today we are diving straight into, what a lot of people are calling some really disruptive announcements in AI recently, that OpenAI Dev Day. It wasn't just about faster models, right? It feels like it fundamentally shifted how we interact with these AI tools.
Oh, absolutely. It's turning what was, a powerful chat interface into something that feels much more like the OS for your digital life.
Exactly. So our mission today is really to give you the shortcut to understanding this. We're going to unpack two key features that seem set to redefine productivity. First, this new ability to run other apps right inside the chat. Mm-hmm. And second, this powerful new visual agent builder. We just want to make sure you get the what and, maybe more importantly, the so what for automated work.
It really does feel like a big shift. I mean, for the longest time, AI was this tool you sort of went to. You open a separate window. Now the question is totally different. What happens when that AI platform stops being just chat and becomes the main way you interact with all your other apps?
Right.
The moment the AI can, natively kick off and finish tasks in Spotify or Figma or whatever, it just changes the whole game. Okay, let's dive in.
Okay, let's start with the one that probably feels most immediate, the thing that lowers the friction day to day. This new ability to call external apps directly in the chat.
Yeah.
It's like the evolution of the old plugin system, which, let's be honest, could be a bit clunky.
Definitely clunky.
But now it's native, it seems instant, and it's super accessible. You just use the @ symbol, like you tag someone in Slack or something.
And that simple change from a separate system to just using the @ tag, that's key. It gets rid of the context switching.
Which kills productivity, right.
Yeah.
Jumping between tabs all day.
Exactly. That's the killer.
And the examples they showed, they immediately demonstrate real utility, not just toys. I mean, sure, making a playlist is fun. You could say, use Spotify to create a playlist of music similar to Blink-182.
Right.
And boom, seconds later, you've got a rock playlist ready to go, ready to share. But it's the professional stuff where it really shines, I think.
Yeah, we're moving beyond just, fun tricks. Think about needing quick diagrams or creative assets for work.
Totally. The Figma demo was, pretty brilliant for that. You prompt something like, create an org chart in Figma for a fictional AI company doing $1 billion a year. Mm-hmm. And the system it needs a visual, processes the structure, and then boom, a full FigJam diagram appears.
Yeah.
CEO, CPO, CFO, all laid out.
And crucially, you can see it, even edit it, right there without leaving the chat.
Zero context switching for something that normally takes ages.
And on the creative side, too, that Canva integration, that's a massive help for people who aren't designers.
Oh, yeah.
You ask it to create a flyer for a rock band called Nork playing on Halloween. And you give it the details, location, time.
And it spits out 4 different options.
4 variations.
Yeah.
And it automatically picks up on the theme, adds spooky Halloween stuff. Yeah. You're not just asking for text, you're delegating the design and the creation.
That speed is just phew.
Yeah, bro.
Wow. But let's talk about who's actually involved, because the partners they launched with say a lot about the ambition here.
Right. The initial list was pretty broad. You had Booking.com, Canva, Coursera, Expedia, Figma, Spotify, Zillow.
So travel, design, education, real estate, music, covering a lot of ground right off the bat.
But then look at the coming soon list. That's where you see the full picture. DoorDash, Instacart, Uber for delivery.
Okay, the essentials.
But also things like Peloton, Khan Academy, All Trails, OpenTable, TripAdvisor. It's really aiming to be integrated into, pretty much every part of your day.
That list definitely suggests the end of constant app switching for a lot of common tasks.
Functionally, what this means is the chat platform becomes this ultimate delegator. You're not just talking to an AI anymore.
You're telling it what to do.
Exactly. You're instructing a team member who can actually execute tasks in other services. Make this flyer. Now tweak the font. It's seamless. And they're serious about this ecosystem. They've put out an SDK, a software development kit, and are already hinting at ways developers might eventually make money if their apps get used a lot through this.
Interesting. So building an ecosystem.
But, there's always a but, this convenience, this breadth.
Yep.
It also brings up data flow questions, doesn't it?
Yeah, good point.
Now, every single interaction, every playlist, every org chart, it's all flowing through this one central point. Huge power for the user, for sure. But it also means we need to be really mindful about data privacy and what the cost might be for developers who want to plug in. Ease of use is great, but transparency is critical.
Okay, so we've seen how easy it makes delegating those small single tasks, make a flyer, find a playlist, useful stuff.
Gets you through the day.
Right. But what about automating the entire process, connecting multiple steps? That's where the second big piece, the agent kit, comes into play. This is like a visual canvas aimed more at power users, letting you build really quite complex, multi-step automated workflows using different AI agents.
And this is where it starts to look really disruptive for existing platforms, you know?
Like Zapier, Make.com.
Exactly. Those guys who built their businesses on being the visual glue between different web services, Agent Kit is stepping right into that space. It lets you build these custom agents and then, importantly, embed them in your own websites or apps using tools like their chat kit.
Okay, so where do people find this thing right now? It's not in the main ChatGPT interface, is it?
No, not yet. It's currently tucked away in the developer playground platform.openai.com agent builder.
Ah, okay. So the initial target is definitely developers, maybe businesses building internal tools.
Seems like it. And you can see the potential just from the templates they provide right away. Things like data enrichment, planning helpers, customer service bots, Q&A over structured data.
Pretty powerful starting points. But I have to ask the obvious question here.
Go for it.
If I'm already using something like Zapier, which connects to thousands of apps and lets me use different AI models, why switch to Agent Kit right now? Isn't it just locking me into OpenAI's world?
That's absolutely the right question. And well, the short answer is yes. Currently, it is a bit of a vendor lock-in regarding the AI models themselves. We'll come back to that. But the reason they're pushing it so hard seems to be the underlying tech. They're building this on something called MCPs, Model Context Protocols.
Okay, MCPs. What does that mean in practice? More than just an API key.
Yeah, think of it as a more standardized language for how agents talk to apps. It handles stuff like authentication, passing context rules. So if you connect your calendar via its MCP, the protocol tells the agent exactly how to ask, find free time next Tuesday, in a way the calendar understands instantly. It makes it feel native, not just bolted on.
Got it. And the builder itself, it looks like a node-based thing, drag and drop.
Yeah, visually it's very familiar if you've used other automation builders. You connect different nodes representing steps in the workflow.
And it seems like they've built in some pretty crucial controls, which you need for business processes.
Absolutely. The guardrails feature is a big one. Think of it like setting a universal rule. Never share personally identifiable information.
So like if a user accidentally pastes a credit card number.
Exactly. Or an IP address. The guardrail node just stops that data cold before it goes any further down the chain. It's built-in security, plus it tries to catch hallucinations or jailbreak attempts.
That's a huge selling point for businesses worried about compliance. And I saw it has branching logic too.
Standard if-else statements. So you can say, if the user input looks like a question, send it to agent A. If it looks like a statement or a complaint, send it to agent B.
Right. Different paths for different intentions.
Precisely.
They showed that travel agent demo at Dev Day, didn't they? Where it branched based on whether you asked about flights or the itinerary.
Yeah, that was a great illustration. Ask about flights, it hits the flight agent. Ask about things to do in San Francisco, it hits the itinerary agent. And I think it even changed the background color to yellow for SF. Little touches like that.
Nice. It shows how you can orchestrate these specialized AI roles.
But let's circle back to your really important point about vendor lock-in.
Right, the model limitation.
Exactly. This is the key difference today. Zapier, they let you plug in models from Google, Anthropic, whoever. Agent Kit right now only uses OpenAI's models.
Okay.
That is a critical distinction for anyone needing flexibility in the AI brain powering their automations right now.
Okay, so wrapping this up, we've got these two major shifts happening simultaneously. Apps inside the chat, bringing tools to the user, eliminating friction.
Making things easy.
And then Agent Kit letting power users build complex, custom logic, basically turning the AI into this automated operations manager.
And when you connect those two ideas, especially thinking about those MCPs we mentioned.
The standardized connection protocols?
Right. If more and more companies build MCP servers for their apps, and you have to think they will to stay competitive, then these simple workflows we're seeing now, they could become what some people are calling insane automations.
Insane automations? Like what?
Like imagine one natural language prompt kicking off a chain that pulls data from Salesforce, runs it through a custom analysis agent you built, sends a summary to a specific Slack channel, updates a project board in Notion, and drafts 3 different email responses based on the analysis, all automatically.
Wow. Okay, that is pretty insane.
It's connecting all the dots.
And thinking about how intuitive things are getting, my prediction, soon you probably won't even need to use the visual drag and drop builder much.
You think? Just prompt it.
Yeah. I bet you'll just be able to say, build me an agent that does X, Y, and Z, takes a support ticket from Zendesk, checks the customer in HubSpot, drafts an email based on urgency, and puts it on the team calendar if it's urgent. Just describe the workflow.
That definitely feels like the direction things are heading. Which forces a really interesting question for the existing players, right?
The Zapiers.
Zapiers and Makes.
Yeah.
If the native platform becomes this good at both simple integrations and complex visual building, how do those established automation companies differentiate themselves?
They can't just rely on having more connectors forever.
Probably not. They'll need to innovate on speed or maybe ultra-specific industry workflows or maybe deeper analytics. Otherwise, they risk getting bypassed by the platform that's becoming the default OS. It really raises the stakes. #outro.
So as you think about all this, maybe don't just focus on, making a Spotify playlist. Think bigger. Ask yourself, what's the most annoying multi-step, multi-app process you do manually every day or week? That 5-step thing that drives you crazy. Because that whole process, it might now be just one good natural language prompt away from being completely automated. That's the potential power shift we're talking about.
It's a lot to think about. And we also want to thank our sponsor again. This deep dive was sponsored by Stonefly. They're leaders in enterprise storage, backup, DR, AI storage, and cloud solutions. If you need secure, ransomware-proof storage, think air-gapped, immutable Stonefly has those solutions. Just contact sales@stonefly.com to set up a demo.
Great stuff. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Go forth and use this knowledge, automate something,